Take your seat and get ready for Pop Ed 101, up next on the Popper's Pit.
If you wanna know what pops to get, then pop on down to the Popper's Pit. Like, share, subscribe are the buttons to hit when you pop on by to the Popper's Pit.
Welcome to Pop Ed 101. I am Professor Popper, and this is the Popper's Pit, the YouTube channel where I share my love of Funko Pops. And you can hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That way that you can start to love Funko Pops as well. Now, what is a Funko Pop? A Funko Pop is a bobblehead of nowadays, where it's not made out of the ceramic breakable material that regular bobbleheads are made out of. They are vinyl, which is the same material as records, thus why they call them pop vinyl. And they are highly detailed and stylized figurines. Some of them are bobbleheads, where the heads actually shake. You can check underneath the head if it has a disc underneath the joint where it attaches to the bottom. It is a figurine, but if there is nothing and you can see a spring, then it is a bobblehead. What's the difference? Not much. It really doesn't make one. But Funko was found in 1998, and it was because the owner could not find a bank of Bob's Big Boy, the burger joint from around America where it has a huge statue of a boy holding up a hamburger. So he purchased various different pop culture licenses, and he created his company, and it started with Austin Powers and a couple of other things. And in 2010, it was revealed a line of DC superheroes for the Pop Vinyl line. And in 2011, the first Funko Pops were released. And I like to think that Funko and me have the same first pop, which was the Batman, which I bought back in 2013, which was only supposed to be one pop, and it turned into this. Now, why do I like Funkos? I don't really know. I just like them. I like that it shows my interests. It's a little part of me. Like here, I love Star Wars. I love Harry Potter. I love The Office. And as in the last episode, Ghostbusters, you clearly could see my love of Ghostbusters with the amount of Ghostbusters pops I have. So it just feels like a part of me in pop form. But I know not everybody knows as much about pops as I do. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but I know a good deal. So I'm here to share my knowledge with you. Now, let's go over a few terms that I use throughout my videos. And when I refer to a common pop, this is an example of a common pop, the War Machine from Avengers Endgame. It is a pop that is not released to the public. It is released to the public. It's really shouldn't be any difficulty finding it. It doesn't have any specialty to it. I mean, all pops are special, but it's not like as you'll see that there's variants or chases or exclusives. It's shipped with almost every shipment. So in every shipment of the Avengers Endgame pops, there will be a War Machine in there. But when it comes to these, there's also exclusives and variants. And what do I mean by that? I mean that this is also a War Machine from Avengers Endgame, as you can see. Now, the difference between the two of these are, you can see 458 and 461 are different, but they are the same exact mold. It doesn't always have to be the same mold. It just, in this situation, it is. But 461 was only released through Amazon originally. We'll get to Aftermarket in a little bit. But I had to order this through Amazon. It wasn't found in any retail store such as Walmart or Target. And what ends up being the difference is that it's a different body and paint job, as you can see. This is from his Quantum Realm suit when they go back in time in Avengers Endgame. And this is his suit from the beginning of the movie. And this is kind of a rare case where, well, not really rare case, but as you can see, the numbers are different. So these are clearly two separate figures, where it's not the same, but it is the same in the same sense, where they're both War Machine. It's just different paint and whatnot. So when I say a common, it is because it's the common version, and the exclusive is because it's not sold in any of the retail stores, so to say. Or if it is in a retail store, it's only at that retail store. Like there is some of the office figures that are only at Target, or there's ones only at Walmart. Those are exclusives. If something is only at, or it says exclusive, that's what makes it an exclusive. But I'm going to move on to a different pair of Funko Pops and go with the Mr. Bean Funko Pop. Now, as you can see here, these are two clearly different figures, but they both share the same number, and it has here a Chase limited edition variant on it. And what that means is that these are rarer pops. They used to be 1 in 32, now they're 1 in 6, so they are not as rare. They're a little bit more common, but not as common as the common pops would be. But as you can see, this is what the regular Mr. Bean would be, and this is the one that's only 1 in 6. And funny story about this is when I ordered this on Amazon, and I didn't really want the limited edition because I'm a huge Mr. Bean fan, and I really just wanted the regular one. But of course, as soon as I opened up the package, I saw Mr. Bean with the turkey on his head, and that was the only time that I really was like, I had to get that one. But I just reordered another Mr. Bean Pop, and now I have both, and it works out because now I have these to show you a difference of a limited edition and a Chase Pop. So when you're in a store, always look for the sticker here. Whenever I'm pop hunting out or pop shopping, as some people, the industry term is pop hunting. But so I always look and I see if I can see that sticker on anything. Once I actually found a Chase in the store, and that was the Luke Skywalker speeder, and that was in Toys R Us. And so I picked it up and because it was a Chase. So I have these. They're both the same number. And there's really no difference except for the fact that it has the difference. Like even on the side, if you have your pops displayed, you won't know that this is the variant because you can't see the sticker until you look at the front. So always keep an eye out for that yellow sticker. And we're going to move to another one of another example where this is a variant. As you can see, these pops have the same number, except that this one it's an exclusive to GameStop, but it has a different paint job than the original on your left. Your right. As you can see, everything's the same except for the figure itself. What ends up happening is it being different can increase its value in the aftermarket. And what is the aftermarket? The aftermarket is when you buy something not through a retail store or the manufacturer suggested retail price. Say most of the time in Hot Topic, the pops go for about $12.50. A lot of the times they have sales there, so it'll be a little cheaper. But if you go on eBay for a figure that had been out for a while, that has been vaulted, especially, and what I mean by vaulted is that Funko stops all production of the pop, and it's the same thing that the Disney videos did, where they'd stop production and they'd recall the unsold videos. That way that it increases the collectability of them. And so with the Egon pop, as I said in the Ghostbusters video that I linked before, Harold Ramis died. They vaulted Egon, and the pops were going for about $100 at the time. I got mine a little bit less than that, but in the stores, it only would have been about $9-12, depending where I bought it from. But the aftermarket is where people flip the pops. They'll buy them, and then they'll sell them at a higher price when they're based on the exclusivity or the basic simple economics of supply and demand, where if there's less of a pop, the price can go up, or if there's perfect example is the New York Comic-Con Dwights. They're going for an exuberant amount of money. The same thing with the Boo-Boos. The prices get driven up whenever it goes on sale or it's a rarer pop. The same thing with I don't have, right here, where we have the Funko Shop exclusive. Some of those, a little trick with that is that if the pop is not sold out, the aftermarket's not going to be too big for it because you can still get it at a retail value. But if it's sold out, especially within the first few minutes, you'll see it for a lot higher price on eBay. But talking about eBay and sold out, that can create grails in the sense of how the Holy Grail was a sought-after item by King Arthur, and a Grail pop is a pop that is highly sought after but very rare. And a good example of that is the Game of Thrones Comic-Con exclusive, where it's him being beheaded. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, sorry, you should have by now. But if you go to thegrailbox.com, they have a couple of, they don't sell them exactly, but they'll have mystery boxes that have grails within them. In one of my episodes, I opened up a Ultra Megazord where I bought from the Grail box, but there was a chance of getting a Bart Simpson, Krusty the Clown, or various other pops that are grails because they're no longer released. They're very hard to find on the aftermarket because not too many people are selling them because people have them in their collection, and they're highly sought after. Well, this looks like a good place to end the class. I'm going to ask you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and if you have any questions, please, in the comment section below. I promise I will answer them. And now, let's end this class on a pop. Thanks for popping by. Make sure to please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, as well as pressing that bell icon. That way you can be alerted the next time the Poppers Pit has a new video. Also, check out my other videos. Leave a comment. Check out the description, which has a couple of links to the Pals of the Pit. Alright, can't wait to see you next time.
Like, share, subscribe are the buttons to hit when you pop on by to the Poppers Pit.